Okay, I think I got it. Not sure. If you're seeing this, say hi, let me know what you're seeing, and tell me if you can hear me. I think I got this all working though. Okay. Man, streaming is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Alright. Hi, this is Jack Squad JB. First stream. I got a lump of clay here. And I guess we'll see how this goes. I'm going to be sculpting for a long time today, I hope. So yeah. I don't know what the first thing I'm going to sculpt. I'm trying to get into a comic book show, comic book convention, small one down in Toms River, New Jersey. But I'm not sure if they have tables open, and it's in a week, so I gotta spend a lot of time making product to sell. I hope this tinfoil's not bothering you with the sound. Somebody's watching. I don't know who it is. If it's you, say hi. Can anyone hear me? That's a question. Let's share this around on my Facebook and other places. C/hear me. Grandpa is learning how to stream. You know, we'll see how this goes. Need some more clay here. I think I'll do a pickle Rick. If you haven't seen on my Instagram and Facebook page, I posted a bunch of other sculptures I've done. I'm going to start doing speed sculpts too. Probably take this stream that I'm doing and speed it up. Yeah, it's a nice dog turd. Man, I didn't realize there's going to be such a lag on the YouTube stream. It's probably about 10 seconds. Oh boy. This is gonna be interesting. It's weird talking to nobody and people at the same time. Post that I'm doing this on my Facebook page, Jack Squad JB on Facebook. I just wanted to spell grandpa and I spelled grandpad. Don't know what that is. Sounds like some sort of old frog. Maybe I'll work that into a game or a character or something. Grandpa's learning how to stream. Please send help. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. This is weird. This is definitely weird. I'm normally not the type that wants people to see what I'm doing before it's done, but you know, you gotta go with the times, and streaming's big right now. Hopefully this will be interesting to people. And streaming's big right now. Oh good. I just unmuted my live stream. Hopefully this will be interesting to people. I hope it wasn't. And streaming's big right now. It wasn't muted this whole time. I just unmuted my live stream. Hopefully this will be interesting to people. God, I hate the sound of my normal voice. It's really weird when you're a voiceover artist and you don't like the sound of your normal voice. Like, I like the sound of my characters. Big Mouth is a lot of fun to do.
And if you listen, my Lonely the Dinosaur is just a lower version of Big Mouth.
When I want to do ice cream, I just talk like this and pitch it up. And when I want to do burrito, I do it like this and pitch it up just a little bit.
And Blunderman is totally different altogether. Yeah, that's what they always say about me.
Alright. I hope the sound of the tinfoil's not annoying. If it is, let me know. We'll try to figure out an alternative, but tinfoil is really good for not having the clay stick to the crevices of my table. If you can see, let me lift this up. I've done that before with painting, and it really takes a toll on this table. I don't know if you saw, I just uploaded a few new videos this week. Oh wow, it's been almost 2 weeks since the Bob Ross one. I made a parody of Pokemon with Bob Ross, the character Smeargle. It's my favorite Pokemon ever. You know, it is an artist, but more than that, Smeargle, his signature move is Sketch, so he can learn any move, and he likes to change up his moveset a lot, every 10 levels, and that just, it feels a lot like me. You know, I don't like doing the same thing too long. I don't like having stagnation in my life. Like every few months I totally rearrange my room. It's just, I need things to be fresh. You know, it's a weird thing. I wonder if the one watching is me. That might just be the saddest thing ever, me just talking to an empty room. I think that's what's going on. So, whatever. I was gonna be sculpting today anyway, so if someone shows up to watch, someone shows up to watch. Alright. You know what? I'm going to go grab one of my spare pickle ricks so that I can have an idea of what I'm going for. I will be right back. And here's a little picture for you. Really shitty drawing. See, I wrap my pickle ricks up in toilet paper. Very cheap and efficient way pack things away. So if you haven't noticed, this stream is upside down. I'm still figuring out my setup. So I'll try my best to accommodate you when I try to show you stuff, but bear with me if I don't. I don't know if you can hear my cat meowing outside the door. So this is one of the pickle ricks I made. They're all for sale too, by the way. I like the way it came out. The sculpting is the easy part. The painting takes forever. Really forever. Like it's still being painted. That's how long it's taken. Get rid of that. Okay. One of my biggest issues with my channel, I have the hardest time not only finding viewers, but having viewers comment on things. So if you do show up, please comment. In fact, I'm going to beg in the chat section. Please comment. I crave human interaction. LOL. But this is a first for me. If you have any questions or anything, just let me know. Do my best to make this interesting for people watching. But I make no promises. Alright, what do we got here? A little more clay. Where else can I tell people that I'm streaming? Yeah, let's tell people on Tumblr. Got no followers on Tumblr. That's not true. I got about 115. Okay, Tumblr doesn't want me to post. That's fine. Whatever. Man, it's really hard to focus on sculpting when you're also streaming. I feel like I need to entertain, but at the same time I need to get some work done. Especially considering the show is so close, I gotta get as much done as possible. Okay, let's do this. Right. Hello, Gaming Turtle. The Gaming Turtle. You're not just a Gaming Turtle, you're the Gaming Turtle. I guess you're the one watching, so that isn't me. Because the watch count didn't go up. So that's good to know. I'm going to comment, but let me know if you can hear me. Alright, now I got 2 watchers. I'm going to assume that it's a new person. I saw that comment before the watch count went up, but I don't know how YouTube works. I don't know how streaming works, really. I am an old person. Not that old. Definitely don't feel old. Oh, sweet. You can hear me. Awesome. Then I won't be texting. If you got any questions or suggestions on what you want to see me sculpt, or yada yada yada, just let me know. Is this entertaining enough? Give me some pointers. Let me know what you want to see. I crave human validation, but I'll settle for turtle validation too. Alright, look at that. See? It's about the size that I'm looking for. Now the trick with this guy his mouth is indented. So I don't want it to be too much. At the same time, it needs to have that crazy expression that Pickle Rick is known for. These sold really well at New Jersey Comic Expo in November. Okay, this is looking right. I forgot to take out my sculpting tools, which is not going to be helpful. I lost a viewer. Hope it wasn't you, Turtle. I have misplaced my sculpting tools. Isn't that just life? Ah, there they are. In the shadows. I had a whole bunch of sculpting tools a few months ago, and they just vanished. Just vanished. Alright, back to work. I really only need these tools for my Pickle Ricks. Problem I always have with Pickle Ricks like this, I make 3 different types. I make this guy with the crazy open mouth, I make one with a big smiling grin, and I make one that looks pissed off like he's talking to Jerry. The problem I have with these guys is making him look happy. You gotta make like a trapezoidal. Gotta make a rhombus. No, it's not a rhombus. Is it a rhombus? God, I'm babbling. You gotta make it look like he's yelling but happy. And I think I got it. Alright. Oh, sorry that my head keeps going in front of the camera. I got my camera right up here next to my light. I was really worried the light was going to be too bright for this, but thankfully it wasn't. So, let's keep this up. My cat really wants to come into my room, but I'm not going to let him, because I am busy, and I do not need a cat bothering me while I'm doing this. Okay. I think I can move on to the eyes now. Actually, no, the nose. Or should I do the teeth? Yeah, I should do the teeth. Tell you, this is my favorite pose for Pickle Rick, but it is so hard to get inside the mouth to paint the teeth and the tongue without clipping other parts that shouldn't be that color, you know? And just make little balls and stick them in his mouth. Gotta stick them way in there. Way up there. Way up there, Morty. My cat is so sad out there. I don't know if you can hear him. He is just crying to get in. Bum, 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 bum. You know, I told myself I was gonna listen to music in my headphones, but ended up being distracting. Oh, that has too many teeth. Ugh. Alright. Control Z. I gotta figure out a way to put picture in picture so you can see me while I do this. Though, especially in the hot months and while the heat is on, and most of the time I like to be shirtless, and I don't know if I want to be shirtless on streaming. Still out there, turtle? I hope so. Right now, you're the only one that cares. Alright, this is looking better. It's off to the side. No, I wasn't expecting a lot of viewers, but I was hoping for a few. I appreciate you being here, Turtle. Hope you don't mind me calling you Turtle. I was hoping for some more viewers for my first ever stream. You know, it's the weirdest thing being live. When I'm myself, I am a lot less confident in my speaking abilities. But I've been cosplaying for years now, especially when I'm Deadpool. I am just the most out there person you will ever meet. Alright, that should be good. Moving on to the bottom teeth. Should definitely check out my newest Deadpool video I just posted. Oh wow, I forgot to tell you all about my last videos. I started talking about Smeargle and then forgot the other ones. I made a new Deadpool video. Well, I didn't make it. I got interviewed by this podcast group called Playable Characters Podcast. They interview video game characters, which is pretty cool. You should check them out. And I was at a video game con cosplaying as Deadpool, and they wanted me to do an interview, and I was so on point. Like, you gotta watch that video. Also, at the same con, I did a what's the word? A burlesque show as Deadpool. Got a video on there too. Definitely check out my weird stuff that I do in cosplay. It's kind of cool that there's a timer, no, not a timer, an elapsed time thing. Lets me know how long I've been doing this. Try to do one sculpt an hour. I'm about at the halfway mark, so I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Excuse me. Feel like Turtle left me, but again, I don't know. I would hope not, but I don't get mad when people don't watch. One of the things I always say is support artists that you like, but you don't have to like artists. Even if they're your friends. You don't have to like them. It's good to share their stuff. If you don't like what they're doing, you don't like what they're doing. It's not a bad thing. Everyone has their own things they like to do and like to watch. I never get offended if you don't like the things I make. Just don't be nasty about it. That's the biggest thing. Don't be nasty. Alright, I think it's about time we moved on to the nose. The nose. The nose is tricky because it has to sit on top of the face, and then I have to blend it in with the rest of the face. Alright, look at that. It's taking shape already. I don't know how people simultaneously go live on multiple platforms. I wanted to do this on Twitch. Twitch kept telling me that stuff wasn't working. Hope that's not what's going to happen. With this, seems to be working. Let's see, what do we got? Yeah, that's looking good. Nice open mouth too, so when I do paint this, it's not going to be super difficult.
Pickle Rick!
Oh, I both love and hate the Rick and Morty fan community. If you're in the community, you know what I'm talking about. Especially that one kid during the Szechuan sauce fiasco. Boy. Alright. Now for the bags under his eyes. Nice little circles. Flattened out pancakes. Oh gosh. I'm wondering what I should do when I want to have something to eat. Should I just pause the stream? I don't know how to pause the stream, to be honest. Or should I stop the stream, but then should I come back and keep streaming? Would that be a separate video, though? A lot of things that I'm learning doing streaming now. Always wanted to do a podcast, but it's hard to find people to collaborate with. I was actually considering doing a podcast just by myself, but me voicing my characters, which would be really difficult to keep everything on track and figuring out who's doing what from moment to moment, but I don't know. I think it might have some fun applications. Some sort of schizophrenic podcast. Schizophrenic. Yeah. I don't know. I wonder if there's a way to see specifically who's watching. Doesn't look like there is. Oh, we got another watcher. If you're the new watcher, say hello. Don't be shy. I need people to tell me how they like what they're seeing and if I need to change anything. Oh, lost another one. Okay. Sure. Why not? I don't know. One of my colleagues in the Channel Frederator network said that they just started streaming. I saw a big boost in their subscription count. Just something I need because I updated some of my more popular videos with end cards instead of annotations, and I saw my view count, my subscriber count start going lower, which has to be because I changed from annotations to end cards because it was during December, and December is my busiest and most positive month because of all the Krampus stuff I do and all the Christmas cartoons that I make. I always like making holiday cartoons. I don't have anything planned for Valentine's Day yet. I have one idea. Last year there was a collaboration with the Channel Frederator Network to do a Valentine's clip loopable thing. And I ended up making a character that I call Mr. Vascular, which is this profusely bleeding heart. He's very positive. I was thinking about doing some sort of live action sketch where he visits me. There we go. Look at that. That's some bug eyes right there. Boom. Might be a little big, but I like it. I think when I put the eyebrow on, it'll all come together. 33 minutes, and I'm almost done. I just gotta put the eyebrow on, and then the bumps, and then I can move on to my next Pickle Rick. I always like to make at least 6 Pickle Ricks for conventions. Last one I sold 9. I started with 15, which is pretty damn good. You don't expect to sell all 6 at this next one, but who knows. Hello, new watcher. Are you Uatu? Let me know who you are. Say hello. This is my first time screaming. Well, I don't. I scream a lot. This is not my first time screaming. This is my first time streaming. That's about the size of the eyebrow I'm looking for. One of the things I like about making these Pickle Ricks is everyone is different. Like this one's a little big. Someone will like it. Maybe I will make the eyes a little smaller though. Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I make 3 different Pickle Ricks. One like this with his tongue hanging out, one that's just grinning, and then one that's just like pissed off. Like he's looking at Jerry. But I ended up I thought that only this one would sell with the grin because it's the most popular one. And I sold pretty much equal amounts of each one. So it just goes to show that you should always, one, believe in your decisions, and two, give people a choice. Maybe they wouldn't have picked it up if it was just like every other one they see. That's another thing that I like to do. I always like to be different. I always like to be my own person, my own artist. The more someone does something, the less likely it is I'm going to be doing that. The only reason that I do Deadpool so much is because, one, it was my first cosplay, and two, because I was doing it before it really came to a head, before so many people started doing it. And I also just love the character, and I always try to, and it goes back to being different, I always try to show off the sides of Deadpool that people don't normally see. Like, one of my favorite moments cosplaying as Deadpool was at East Coast Comic Con in 2015? 2015 or 16? I think it's 15. It was towards the end of the convention, and this little girl, probably like 8 or 9, comes up to me. And whenever I see a little kid like that come up to me, I always go, "Hey, you should know who I am." And I always make sure that I look at the parents and be like, you shouldn't let them look at me. And then her dad started telling me about how he accidentally left one of Deadpool's comics out, and she just fell in love with the character. So instead of being like a lot of Deadpool cosplayers who end up being really obnoxious, I started talking to them about how Deadpool actually has a daughter that he doesn't normally get to see, but I mentioned that as a way to introduce the father and daughter to be able to bond over a story, because it's a really nice story with Deadpool. And I was also telling them about how Deadpool likes kids. Like he really likes to protect kids vehemently. I'm having trouble with words today. But I don't like being the obnoxious Deadpool. I like being the charismatic asshole. Like, there are a lot of cosplayers that just take it too far. And a lot that don't. I'm not lumping everyone together. Just saying, Deadpool is... I always like Deadpool as Tumblr personified, where he's got a really sexual side, but he's also really about consent and, being positive and blah, blah, blah. So I always like to show off those sides of Deadpool. For a sculpting stream, I like talking a lot about my cosplay. It's just because I put that new video out today. Well, barring probably about 10 minutes of setup and figuring out this stream and how it works, I made this Pickle Rick in about 40 minutes. Now, I thought I was bleeding for a second there. Now there's just some red paint still left on my my mat from my last time I was painting on this. Wouldn't be the first time that I was working on something and started bleeding. I do Etrigan the Demon from DC Comics as a cosplay, and when I started making that one, I accidentally cut myself and bled into it. I was like, yeah, this is probably how you summon a demon. Just one on the top and one on the back. I like to put all the bumps in the same place. Add some consistency to these. Okay. And that, dear viewer, if it's not just me, is how you sculpt a Pickle Rick. Now I'm going to do one more of these guys, and then I'm going to move on to a different pose. Just getting my cookie pan so that I can nicely store these before I cook them. It's gonna get baked! Oh boy. Yeah, it's a little disheartened that I don't have many viewers watching this, but maybe down the line. And again, I was going to be doing this anyway. It's actually kind of cathartic. I've been unemployed for a few months, so I haven't been getting out much because I don't have money. I don't get to see my friends as often. And even though no one's really here, presumably. I don't know, something about just talking is making me feel good. Look at that. YouTube streaming can be a therapy session. Isn't that nice? Let me see if I can do some changes to my settings. Just adding some tags, maybe it'll help more people show up. I don't know if I can do it, but if I can, I will. Alright, changes have been saved. Let's see if that helps. Down the line, I'm going to start sculpting original pieces, not just my characters like Big Mouth and Ice Cream Burrito. I want to do some gnomes. I want to do some like dragons and gargoyles and things like that. Things that people like, but don't necessarily have to watch a bunch of videos to understand what they are. Because I know that my fan base is very small. I wish each of my subscribers was very active on my stream, my channel. That's neither here nor there. If you are watching this, could really use some help on Patreon. Jack Squat JB on Patreon. I changed the way that it works so that no matter how much you want to tip me every month, you always get something in return every $10 that comes my way. So if you give me $1 in 10 months, you get something back. If you give me $5 in 2 months, you get something back. $10, you get one every month. I got one person on there for $15 a month. So every month he gets one thing, every other month he gets 2 things. So he's really helping. Backyard Productions, thank you for your support. Actually worked with them. They got a Lord of the Rings parody coming out. I did a short animated sequence for, so it was a nice trade-off. Okay, so if my calculations are correct, about 40 minutes. I should have another pickle Rick made. Hope this is interesting for anyone that's watching this, or anyone that's watching this in playback. I'm also going to start doing gaming on my PlayStation. That one I'm going to do as my characters. I don't know if I just want to do it as Big Mouth or if I want to switch it up every time, play as a different character. Like I said, anything to be different and stand out from the crowd. One of the biggest issues that I face as an artist is that I truly enjoy doing lots of different things in different mediums. It's hard to keep fans across those mediums. Like, I'll start doing my animation, and then I'll post a video of my cosplay, and they'll be like, "Oh, I don't like cosplay," and then they unsubscribe. Don't like that. But I've spoken with industry professionals, and they say, if you're going to go the route that I'm going, I'm doing everything that I should. Just be 100% true to yourself, and good things will happen eventually. I just want eventually to happen sooner. Let's go and share that I'm live again. I don't want to be annoying. Yeah, maybe I do want to be annoying. Just help. Just need help. That's all. Help and support. Emotional support, financial support. Anything that you can give me that shows that you appreciate what I'm doing. Sharing is caring, after all. Okay, I think that's about the shape I'm looking for. Alright, let's dig right in there, shall we? Yeah. One of the things I've been wanting to do on my channel for the longest time is make more song parodies, but I could never find someone that wants to help me make the music. Like, I can do the singing, I can do the writing, I just need someone to help me recreate some songs. Got a bunch of Killer songs that I parodied that I want to do. My second favorite band next to Queen. Got one that I want to do. It's a parody of How to Save a Life. That one's for cosplay. But I just can't seem to find someone to help me do that. Collaborating is the hardest thing for me to find. It's one of the reasons I went into animation. I wanted to be a filmmaker, but I didn't have anybody that would be interested in helping me make films, so I made them on my own. It's also why I started getting into voice acting. Alright, we're at this problem with the mouth again. Squeeze it in. Yeah. Alright. Again, I apologize if my head gets in the way. Oh, alright. Let me know if you'd like to see me do streams, podcasts, vlogs of just me talking. Thought this would be harder to find things to talk about. I don't know if it'll be different if I have a camera in my face, you know. And my knuckles look really red. Alright, onto the teeth. Big, nasty, pointy teeth. I should make a killer rabbit, that'd be fun. Maybe a holy hand grenade of Antioch. Okay, got that off. I'm gonna put the tongue on the opposite side this time just to give some variation. So you never know, some people might like the tongue sticking out on the other side. When you give someone a choice, like say you got two with the tongue on the right and one with the one on the left, someone might think, hey, the one on the left is rarer. 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 It's that kind of commentary that's not getting me views. Rarer. Oh no, one of the teeth has a cavity. La da da dum, la da dee, da da dum. And now for the tongue. See, I can sculpt one of these in about 40 minutes, half hour if I'm really in the zone. Probably takes me about 2 to 3 hours to paint it though. And that's something that you should always take into account when someone charges you a high number for a product that they made. Just because it looks easy to make or whatever the reason doesn't mean that there wasn't a lot of time put into it. No, the tongue's not staying down. Setting up a store envy shop to sell these on. People who don't know store envy as much as Etsy, but Etsy charges you coming and going. Store envy only charges you going. And when you are poor like me, you'd use the options that don't make you pay at the ass. On to the news. Perfect. It's an interesting way to spend the afternoon doing this stream. I really do hope you're enjoying this because I want to do this more often. Just want people to be interested in what I'm doing. Whether it be my animation, my cosplay, my illustration, my sculpting, or anything in between. Just want to be successful as an artist. And I have been getting a few commission jobs for these sculptures, not specifically Pickle Rick, though I did sell a few online already. Oh, that one's got a big nose. Flatten that out a bit. Someone commissioned me to make a Deadpool sculpture for a friend of ours who also cosplays as Deadpool. That was my first commission. It's really nice to have your first commission for a friend. And it going to a friend. Oh, man. I'm thinking next time I do this, I'll try to figure out a way to add some music. Might be weird having one song on loop, though, but it's got to be better than just me droning on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Got caught up in that for a second there. Oh man, I got some mozzarella sticks calling my name. I think after this I'll end the stream, have something to eat, maybe I'll come back. I don't know how often I should stream, because I'm always making something. But I don't know if I should stream everything I make. Not a lot of people are, not anybody. Unless Turtle's still here. I don't think Turtle's here anymore. I wish it said when people came in and out. Like specific people. Pretty sure the one watching is me though. Because I haven't gotten any response from Turtle. Not that I'm upset with Turtle. Like I said earlier. You like what you like. You don't have to like something. But it was nice having someone say hi and confirm that I'm working, that my stream is working. Okay. I'm going to try to make this stream only an hour and a half. And if I can do this fast enough, I might have time to make one Ugandan Knuckles. Oh, I love that meme. There's another new video that I made, a little parody. 5th place on Newgrounds. I was hoping it would get on the front page, but it hasn't. You know, that Bob Ross Smeargle thing that I made, Painting in Pallet Town, was one of my favorite videos I've made in a long time. It's barely gotten any traction. Even on Newgrounds. Newgrounds is pretty good for views with popular stuff. Like Pokemon, and Bob Ross is even popular. Didn't get many views with that one. It's also all about when you post things on there. Guess I was just off. Brother. Alright, on to the eyes. Yeah, I should finish this in about 5 minutes. That one was even quicker. Right? Am I doing my math right? Yeah, it's 25 minutes. See, look at that. I know it's probably not as nice to stream, but that's why I do the same ones back to back. Get some muscle memory going for how to make them. I was just pumping these out when I was making them for New Jersey Comic Expo. I did a quick stream on Twitch earlier, but I was under the impression it would also post onto YouTube. I didn't see anything. But yesterday I tried the same thing, and then like hours later it popped up. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen this time. Oh, look at them eyes. Private eyes watching you. Clap, clap. Alright. Now for the eyebrow. Oh God, I'm getting a bald spot. Ugh. That wasn't a good thing to see on my screen. Oh. Alright. I'm a very positive person. I wouldn't mind that too much. I like wearing a Batman beanie hat anyway. Probably why I'm getting thin hair up there. Stress probably also has something to do with it. Currently looking for character design positions. I applied to one that I'm perfect for. They want someone to, on a monthly basis, animate a 2-minute cartoon about a monkey. And if you know me, one, I love monkeys, and two, I'm known for making cartoons on a monthly quick basis. But I rarely ever hear back. So let's hope. Gotta stay positive. If I wasn't positive, I would be a mess. Hey, we got another viewer. Say hello, whoever you are. Yep. Just finishing up this. Lost him. Man, keeping viewers on here is a lot more difficult than I anticipated. Getting viewers is difficult. I wouldn't call it an issue. One thing about these pickle ricks is getting them so that they aren't too flat on the back. Hey, Will. You don't want them to be too flat because then they don't look like a pickle. You also want them to have a bit of an edge so that they don't roll around. What do we got? We got one more little pimple right at the top there. And Viola. We have a finished pickled Rick. Put him on the... Wait, hold on. A little bit of poorly blended clay right at the top there. And I am a perfectionist. Alright, on to the cookie tray with you. Let's scooch it up a little bit. Alright. Now, I'm finally gonna do it. I'm gonna sculpt a Ugandan knuckles. Yeah. Alright. I gotta make sure when I actually start painting that I use a different tray because this thing is covered in old paint. Some more clay on here. I use this clay, oven baked Sculpey, because it's cheap and quality. I used air dry clay before, and that stuff like falls apart on me once it's finished. But this stuff, once you bake it, it's like rock hard. Unless it's like a really thin piece. That was the problem I had with my full cyborg pickle Rick that I made for New Jersey Comic Expo. His limbs were too thin and started to crack a little bit. So I painted it up really nice, patched it up as best as I could. I didn't feel right selling it because, you know, it might fall apart when they get home. So I ended up raffling it off, and that also drove up sales for my stuff. Which is a really good idea. I think I'm going to do that every time I go to a con, raffle off some sort of really nice sculpture I make. I don't know what I'm going to make this time. Maybe a Batman sculpture. Him like perched on a gargoyle or on a rooftop. I saw a really cool illustration of him on a chimney with his cape draped down. I don't know. Probably be really easy to paint too. It's mostly black. Yeah, I think I will do a Batman sculpture for the raffle. Basically, it was every $5 you spend on my stuff, you get one ticket for the raffle that I pull. I had one guy bought a decent amount, and then he comes back like 3 minutes before the raffle gets pulled, and I was like, jokingly, I was like, you know, you still got a few minutes to buy some more stuff for more raffle tickets, and he ended up buying $30 more worth of sculptures, which is great. And he ended up winning, which is even better. I had two people like vulturing around me waiting for that raffle to go off. So I'm glad that one of them got it, otherwise there's going to be a fight. I was worried they were going to start fighting each other. I took a picture on my Instagram. It's real funny. It's the winner holding the sculpture and then the loser in the background like scowling at him. They were all good sports about it though. Yeah, I was really happy with the response to my sculptures. People seem to like them, so hopefully this is something I can make into a business, especially when I start doing original pieces, which I should make at least one for this convention that I'm hopefully going to. Alright. Okay. Now let's see. Gotta find a picture. Huh. Gotta find a picture of Ugandan knuckles. Yeah, see? It did happen. I was streaming on Twitch earlier. Ended up doing 4 seconds worth or something, and then it disappeared. But I can't find it anywhere on YouTube, but YouTube's saying I posted it. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know what's going on. Alright. Ugandan Knuckles. This is the weirdest meme I've seen in the longest time. And it's just so funny. The best part about this meme is that people are 100% on board with it whenever they see someone talk about it. Especially when someone doesn't know what they're doing. No, I haven't, Will, but that's something I should do. Freddy Krueger and Jason, definitely. If I could have afforded the horror convention coming up soon, I would have gone to that and made a bunch, but those are really expensive tables. I think it was like $400. I can barely do the $40 one that I might be doing in a few weeks. Alright. Basic shape. Got 112 on the timer. If I can do this by 1:30, not clock, that's how long I've been doing this, I'd be happy. This doesn't seem like too difficult of a sculpture to do. It's just a fat little character with some dreadlock things. The snout and the shoes and the hands are the hard part. Do you know the way? No, you can't really see it very well. I'm going to try to figure out a better way to show this off. But until then, this is the best I got. Just bear with me. I wanted to use my fancy schmancy Canon DSLR camera, but it just wasn't connecting as a webcam kind of device. Hopefully I could figure that out eventually. I think this is the longest I've ever gone doing some artwork without listening to music. I normally can't do anything without my music. Like I was saying before, this is kind of cathartic being able to talk to nobody. Not that I'm not talking to people on the chat, I mean like physically nobody. Alright. I like most music. Queen and the Killers are my two favorites. OK Go and the Acrobats are some of my others. This is a little more difficult to sculpt than I was anticipating. Not that I can't do it, it's just these tendril things that go around his head. That's what's weird. Probably start from both sides so that I can meet around the back. We will see how this comes out. I think I'm gonna make it so that he has like stubby little arms and legs, not long. He doesn't have long ones in the meme, but like I'm talking about not even having arms and legs. I'm talking about just like feet and hands. Wanted to do some Adventure Time sculptures too. Those are some definitely good picks for music. This is how you find the way. Alright. Tendril number 5. Sounds like a band, Tendril number 5. Feel free to steal that if you want. Coming along now. Once I put the snout on, I think it'll all really pop. See? I gotta turn down my heat. It is getting hot in here. This light on me and everything. I'm wearing like really warm pajama pants. When I woke up this morning, it was freezing because my aunt turned the heat off. So it's not too bad outside, but my room retained a lot of the cold. There we go, see? I got 3 on each side. I kind of feel like that's all I really need. I'm determined to finish this in 10 minutes. You know what? I can always add some more later. Just put the snout on, see how it looks. Der snout and der eyes. I don't know why I've got always look on the bright side of life stuck in my head. Love that song though, so it's not a problem. Still just got 2 watchers, huh? Yeah, maybe if I do this enough, more people will come on. Streaming seems to be a big thing on YouTube now, so. Snouty snout snout. Snarf, snarf, snarf. I don't know why I just did that. Oh yeah, that snout's coming out right. Very happy little guy. Hey, look at that. Hey, I got a 3rd watcher. Sound off if you just joined. If you just joined and don't know what I'm doing, right now I'm making a Ugandan knuckle sculpture. One of my friends really wanted me to make one of these. And I like jumping on bandwagons. Hey, it's Backyard Productions! I hope that's a good whoa! Just so you know, I've got a lag of about 10 seconds, so bear with me on answering things. Hey, I got a 4th person watching. Look at that! Alright, maybe I just gotta keep going. I was thinking about stopping to have something to eat, but if you guys want to keep me going, want me to keep going, let me know. I was on the fence if I should come back or just leave it for the day. I don't know if people get burned out from streaming too much. I don't want to lose subscribers, you know. Nah, these figures are for sale. I'm gonna be selling these at conventions and online. This isn't the type of clay to be using for stop motion. Stop motion, you should use plasticine. This is a Sculpey oven baked clay. Though it would probably be really good for stop motion. It keeps its shape. It doesn't get too hot, but it still keeps its shape good. But it's also much more expensive, and I wouldn't use that for stop motion. Oh, this is looking good. Look at that. Just need to put a little bit underneath. I do know the way. Do you know the way? That is the question, my friend. My brother. Hello, Gamer Collective. Thanks for joining the stream. I hope this is looking right. Guys, let me know if I should do anything different, or if what I'm doing is working for you. Biggest thing I'm worried about is the tinfoil is making too much noise for you guys, but no one's complained about it yet. And you don't have to do it now, because I don't know if I'm going to be doing this much more, but in the future, and with anything I do, make sure you share and like and send it to people that you think might like it. That's the most important thing for any independent artist, is to have fans and share your work with other people. Especially now with YouTube. YouTube's algorithm, they changed it up so it really screws over small creators like me. Basically, the way you get put on the related videos or search higher up in the search boxes is if your video gets shared. If it doesn't get shared, it doesn't get put there, so people don't see it as much, which is really stupid. I would like to spit on YouTube, honestly. Though I will like to say their streaming service is a lot easier to figure out than Twitch. I was having a bitch of a time on Twitch. I'll figure it out eventually. Yes. Oh, I got 4 people here. This is like a party. I still don't know if I'm one of those people, though. Let me see. I got Will, Batyard, Gamer Collective, and me. Yeah, I think I'm one of the people. Hey, a 5th person showed up. Maybe I should just start talking about people and people will show up. Make sure you say hello when you show up. Join the chat. I have a feeling it's going to start getting very knuckly in there. The question is, do I make bulging eyes like that? Or do I make flat eyes like I do for my Pickle Ricks? I'm leaning towards flat, or at least not as bulgy. Oh, I lost somebody. Yeah, the flat kind of looks better. I'm definitely enjoying streaming this stuff. BOF? B-O-F? What's that? It looks like you tried to say Bidoof, but Bidoofed it. DeBoff. It's like some knockoff Bidoof, like someone would want to do that. Both with an F. Oh, do both. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I mean, not on the same sculpture. Maybe I'll try that on different sculptures. Alright, well, I didn't finish this. Well, probably should. Probably I should, turn off my phone while I do this next time. Oh my gosh. Missed a lot of stuff on my phone. I've been doing this an hour and a half. Alright, thanks for showing up. That was the Gamer Collective. Make sure you check them out on Facebook. Really good video game stuff. Yeah, there we go. I think that's the one. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, I'm down for collaborations. It's just right now I'm really strapped for cash, so I gotta focus on things that can make me money. Like the sculptures. But definitely if you're interested, float anything with me, comments on my videos or email or whatever. I'm always down to talk about things. Alright. I'll paint the pupils on his eyes. Head's all done. Been thinking about doing some VR chat stuff. Maybe I'll stream that. I would love to make animated avatars for people and myself, but I haven't done any 3D animation in the longest time. I'm looking at a lot of these models, and I feel like my snout should be wider. I like the way this looks right now. Maybe I'll try a different version next time I sculpt one. I tried to do at least 4 of these little guys. Like I did 4 Goombas last time. So I'll try to do that. Alright, his little Nike swoosh thing on his stomach. Oop. You're definitely having a good time doing this streaming stuff. Hopefully it takes off. I would love to be more interactive with people that like my stuff. Oh, my tooth is better. Thanks for asking. I was gonna start doing some voice acting soon, so expect that in your email. For anyone that's watching, Bat Your Productions is my highest Patreon supporter, and he got his first, he hit his first milestone, which is a 10-second audio clip. He wants me to do one for him. Them, I don't know. You know, it's weird when you use your company as a handle, like JB Entertaining this. Like it's hard for me to say I or me when I'm talking about or talking as my company. I always say we, which is weird. I know you collaborate with a lot of people on your stuff. I tend to do everything on my own, so it's just weird for me to say I. That feels off. Alright, there's his little Nike swoosh thing. We're gonna put some arms on him. Or at least fists. Little spheres with little spikes on them. Got someone messaging me on Facebook. Yeah, my last video I did, I simply edited my interview with Playable Characters podcast, but I had to limit my subscription to the Adobe Creative Suite to just my animation program, Animate CC. So I just can't afford $50 a month, at least right now. So any support on Patreon is completely loved. And again, I made it so that if you do help me out on Patreon, you're guaranteed to get something back. The longer you stay with me, the more money comes my way. Every $10, you get a reward. So thank you. That little claw. You know, I know it's weird giving money to people on the internet. That's why I'm trying to make it worthwhile for both of us, you know. Should always get something back for helping out an artist. But artists really need that help, especially the smaller ones like me. I always say, I've got 3,900 subscribers on YouTube, and I always say if each one gave me $1, I'd be able to do this for a living. I don't expect that. I never expect it, but it's definitely something that I appreciate when it comes my way. So if you do find yourself feeling charitable, that would greatly be appreciated. Ooh, look at that little hand. Stick that right there. Little tendril things are in the way. Oh, thanks for noticing that. That's something I started doing recently. I feel like just putting a link there wasn't enough. But also, I try to make it part of the entertainment value. I always try to say something or do something funny. Makes it interesting. Sometimes I'll change up my tagline. Insert witty tagline. Like my favorite one recently was for New Year's. I said insert witty lang syne. Some good wordplay there. But I'm glad you noticed that. It's good to know that the things I do get noticed. It's tough sometimes. Sometimes you feel like no one cares about what you're doing. You're just wasting your time. Oh, there's a fat Knuckles. I didn't realize how pudgy I was making him. Okay, I'm fine with that. Sorry if I don't talk for a few moments. Sometimes I get a little caught up in what I'm looking at. I forget that I'm also entertaining people on a stream now. It's something I gotta get used to. Always baby steps. I'm just glad that this stream is working. Twitch was really difficult. For all the missteps YouTube makes every so often. Like demonetizing my videos because they're inappropriate even though they're not. I always give credit where credit is due, and they have a very decent, simple streaming service. Next time I gotta try low latency so I can see if my lag doesn't happen as much. It was a little weird saying, doing things that don't show up on the screen for a while. Oh, look at that. Oh no, his arm fell off. When I bake these, they get very strong in the joints. Though you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna add some wire to the hands just to be sure. I use Animate CC, which is what Flash used to be. Get a lot of use out of Flash. I do most of my illustration in Flash. I do all my animation in there. I used to do editing in Flash, video editing, but their new import mechanic doesn't work for video as good. Which is why I might put on hold one of these live action cartoon things that I've been planning for Valentine's Day. I'll be right back. I'm not going to be long. I'm just going to be getting some wire for my arms. Oh, here it is. Look at that. See? Told you I wasn't going to be long. Yeah, it's definitely taken a lot longer than I anticipated. But, you know, it is the first time I'm doing this, so... Where the heck did I put my pliers now? Ah, there they are. I swear, I gotta get a handle on things. Thanks, Will. Shove it in there. Alright, that's looking better. Feels a lot stronger too. Yeah, I want to do a bunch of like lanky characters that are popular, like Jack Skellington and Mr. Meeseeks, but I gotta figure out how to make them not as fragile when they bake. Because even if you put wire in, that doesn't necessarily mean they're not gonna crack. I did that with my Pickle Rick Cyborg. He ended up cracking. In fact, I think the wire exacerbated the cracking. I can't be certain of that. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Now for the feet. Now what I am gonna do, instead of making like long legs, I'm just gonna put shoes on the bottom. He's got pretty easy shoes to fill. Nice little point. Point! Nerf! Nice little point. Then like a stripe. stripe across the top. And then some sort of sock thing. Considering making a Mormon knuckles like I did for my cartoon. See, sculpting is the easy part. It's the painting that takes forever. I remember when I was painting the Pickle Ricks, which aren't super intricate, it's mostly green. It takes me like 3 or 4 hours just to paint one. That's why I was on the fence about inquiring about a table for New Jersey Comic Book Show. I want to sell more, and that's a good opportunity, but it is in about a week, and I have maybe half the inventory I'd like. So I'm going to try for the next few days. I'm going to sculpt a bunch, and after that, I'm going to paint for like a week straight. I don't have my email open right now, so I don't know if I heard back from them yet. Hopefully I did. They have a, it's $45 for crafters, but it's $30 for artists, which I don't understand what the difference would be. I'm assuming that they're talking about it being like an illustrator, a comic book artist, but it doesn't specifically say. So I inquired. Hopefully I can get the lower price. Anything to save some money. So right now, the $45, I'd have to sell like 3 items just to make even. Maybe even more than that with gas, because it is an hour away from me. And it's tricky. You need money to make money. How do you get money? I don't know. Trying Patreon. It's getting me somewhere. Definitely appreciated, but definitely not something I can live on. Okay. Got that one done. The feetsies are almost done. And then I just squish them on there and we're in business. Did you know that you have to have Ebola to know the way? It is true. This is the way. Oh, he is so fat. And just squish. And he is very front heavy. Move those shoes a little further back. And viola. He's a cutie.
He's a cutie. Look at how cute he is.
put a little tail on the back. There, see, an hour and 50 minutes, I made 3 sculptures. Pickle Rick sell for $25. I'll probably sell this one for $20. So if I sell all 3 of these, I'll make back how much money it took me to get to the con. And I do expect to sell at least 3 things. People were pretty interested in my stuff. And just cute little tail. He's so fat. He knows the way. Alright. Now the question is, do I do one more? I would like to end this on an even number. I've only got 8 minutes. Can I make something in 8 minutes? I don't think so. Maybe a little Pokeball. Yeah. Pokeball. So I don't know after I eat. I don't know if I'm going to be back or if I'll just do it in private again. I don't see why I can't, but I don't want to overload my channel with random live things. But I'll probably be, excuse me. I'll probably be sculpting until 4 or 5 a.m. It's just how I do it. I remember when I was really getting into it for the last show I did, one day I looked at the clock and it was 9 a.m. and I wasn't tired at all. Like, I just really enjoy the sculpting. Thanks, guys. Alright, let's just take a look at a Pokeball, what it looks like. Yeah, this is a lot more tricky than I thought. I thought I would just add a band onto it. But all the pictures show that the black is indented at a right angle, which is much harder to do. I got a perfect idea. Do I still have them? Alright, well, I used to have some square ones, but I've got this cylindrical piece. If I do this right, oh, that is a hamburger. Oh, I think I'm running out of steam right now. I am really hungry too. Maybe it's for the best if I end the stream now. I am going to say know what? I will be back. You know, we'll see what people want to see. Maybe more will show up with them getting out of work. But, this was a good first session. I made 3 things. Got some good comments from you guys. Thanks for the support. And, we'll see. Maybe I'll figure out how to have a better angle eventually. I don't know about today, but we'll see. And follow me on all my social media pages at JackSquatJB if you don't already know. And if you have any ideas for what types of stream stuff you would want to see, or what content you want me to do non-streaming wise, just let me know. I want people involved in what I make. I want people to tell me what they want to see. That's the whole point. Like, I'm going to make stuff that I want to see for sure, but my life has told me I like things that most people don't like. They always say that you're going to find your audience, and I found a few people that genuinely like my stuff, but it's been tough. So if you have anything specific you want me to do, just send me a tweet. Twitter is something I want to get more action out of, so at JackSquatJB. And this lump of clay, after I eat, will probably be another pickle rick. I want to make 2 more pickle ricks. Have 7 to sell. A few more knuckles, maybe. At least 1 more knuckles. I want to have at least 2 of each thing that I make. Just in case someone is on the fence about something. When someone else buys one, they'll be like, oh no, there's only 1 left. You gotta think from a business view of it. Yeah, that's about it. So thanks for joining me on my first ever stream. I'm going to try to make a pun for every stream that I do, so this one was What Streams May Come. I liked that one a lot, and it fit the theme very good. And from then on, make sure you hit the bell icon on my channel so that anytime that I do anything, you get notified. But thanks for joining me, and as always, insert witty tagline.